Hello everyone. Now we are going to discuss about Consumer Protection Council. The Consumer Protection Act 1986 provides the establishment of a Central Consumer Protection Council by the central government and the State Consumer Protection Council in each state by the respective state governments. So here we have to understand that there is three-tier system at district level, then state level, and then national level. There are district forum or council or commission. So here these machinery is established for the protection and promotion of rights of consumers under the Consumer Protection Act. Even we have seen some very important provision under Consumer Protection Act 2019. Central Consumer Protection Council. The central government shall establish with effect from such date as it may specify in such notification a council to be known as the Central Consumer Protection Council. So this is very important machinery under the act which will protect the rights of the consumer. Composition of Central Consumer Protection Council. The Central Consumer Protection Council shall consist of the following members: the minister in charge of the consumer affairs in the central government, who shall be the chairman of the Central Council. Then such members of other official or non-official members representing such interest as may be prescribed. We will see the terms and the condition of members of the Central Council. So here we need to understand that the terms of the council shall be 3 years. Any members may resign from the council by writing under his hand to the chairman of the Central Council. Now we'll see the Central Consumer Protection Council. The central government shall by notification establish with effect from such date as it may specify in such notification a council to be known as the Central Consumer Protection Council. So this is also very important. Here we need to understand that the role of this Consumer Protection Council is very essential. If we are talking about the rights of the consumers, if there are duties and the rights, so all these duties must implemented in a proper manner. There should be protection of interest of consumer. There should not be malpractices. So all these activities can be check and balance by this council. Composition of Central Consumer Protection Council. So ministers in charge of the consumer affairs in the central government, who shall be the chairman of the Central Council. Such members of other officials or non-official members representing such interest as may be prescribed. What is the objective of the Central Council? There are main objectives. The right to be protected against the making of goods and services which are hazardous to the life and property. So this is very important objective of the Consumer Protection Council, Central Consumer Protection Council. The role of the Central Consumer Protection Council is mentioned over here. So here if we are talking about various rights, so all these rights should be protected in a proper manner. So what are those rights? So first right is the right to be protected. Second is right to be informed. Third is the right to be assured. Fourth is the right to be heard. Fifth, the right to seek redressal against unfair trade practices. And sixth, the right to consumer education. So all these rights are very, very important in the interest of consumer. The services and the goods and the price of the goods should be as according to the rules and the price which is prescribed on the goods. And services should be rendered and given and which should not be hazardous to the human body and the property. This is very important thing. If there is any problem, then consumers should be given an opportunity to express their views and the opinion and the comment and the problem which they are facing. So you have the right to be heard and to be assured that consumers' interest will receive due consideration at appropriate forum. So here the right to be protected against the making of goods and services which are hazardous to life and property. The right to be informed about the quality, quantity, potency, purity, standard and price of goods or services as the case may be. So here there should not be unfair trade practices. The right to be assured whenever possible. So access to variety of goods and services at competitive price. This is important. The right to be heard and to be assured that consumer interests will receive due consideration at appropriate forums. Then right to seek redressal against unfair trade practices or restrictive trade practices. The right to consumer education. So all these rights are very essential. As we know that we all are consumer. We purchase, we take services. So here we should know, we should understand what are the rights of the consumers. If these rights are violated or breaking down by the particular person or the seller or the person who is giving service, so in that case we can ask for the remedy. We can go to this council and we can ask for the remedy. So role of the central council is very important. Now we'll talk about the state consumer protection council. So the state government shall by notification establish with effect from such date as it may specify in such notification a council to be known as the State Consumer Protection Council. Now we'll talk about the District Consumer Protection Council. So all these national, state and the District Consumer Protection Council are mentioned in the Consumer Protection Act 1986. So here the District Consumer Protection Council shall consist of the following members: the District Collector, who shall be its chairman, such member of other officials and non-official members representing such interest as may be prescribed by the state government. Meeting. The district council shall meet as and when necessary, but not less than 2 meetings shall be held every year. That means there should be 2 meetings in each year, every year. Time and place of meeting. So here we need to understand the district council shall meet at such place and the time within the district as the chairman may think fit and shall observe such procedure in regard to the transaction of its business as may be prescribed by the state government. So here this is also very important. Meetings are very important in the interest of all these activity and the person and the people. What is the object behind this? So the object of every district council shall be to protect and promote within the district the rights of the consumers. So here we need to understand that whether there is national council or state or district consumer protection council, so all these councils should take care for the protection of rights of consumers. So rights and the remedies of consumers. So we have already talked about the rights of consumers, but we need to also have to talk about remedies of consumers. So according to section 6 of the Consumer Protection Act, the following rights are available to consumers: right to be protected or right to safety. Every consumer has the right to be protected against the marketing of goods and services which are hazardous to life and property. So we have seen that yes, there should not be any goods and the services which will be hazardous or injurious to the health and the life of a person and even for the property. So that kind of protection should be taken in the interest of consumer. Right to be informed. Every consumer has the right to be informed about the quality, quantity, potency, purity, standard and price of the goods or services as the case may be, so as to protect the consumer against the unfair trade practices. So this is very important thing which we need to understand, that the thing or the information which is very essential to be informed, so that should be communicated to the consumer and that is their right. So this is the information with respect to quality, quantity and purity, potency and standard and the price of the goods and services that should be communicated. that should be particular and the proper. The third right is right to be assured. This right is also very important. Every consumer has a right to be assured whenever possible. So access to variety of goods and services at competitive prices. So this kind of assurity should be given to consumer. Next right is right to be heard. As a human being, each and every person want to express their views, and somebody should listen what they are talking about. So all these communication of their problems and the solution should be there. So here in this regard, if we are talking about the rights of the consumer, right to be heard is very essential right. Every consumer has a right to be heard and to be assured that consumer's interest will receive due consideration at appropriate forum. If there is any problem, then they will receive proper remedy under the forum or the council. Fifth, right to seek redressal. Every consumer has a right to seek redressal against unfair trade practices or restrictive trade practices or exploitation of consumers. So there may be these kind of practices, even the exploitation, harassment to the consumers. So in that case, that person can go to this council and ask for the remedy. They can seek redressal. They can find out solution or the remedy on the problem or the dispute. So for the dispute settlement purpose, they can approach to the council. Then we'll see final right, that is right to consumer education. This is very important. Without awareness, without communication of the rights and the duty, this act will be meaningless. So that's why right to consumer education is very important. Every consumer has a right to consumer education, which will help the consumer to know his rights and duties. So what are the remedies to consumers? If there is violation of all these rights, then what consumer can do? So here are some examples of remedy. The Consumer Protection Act provides the following remedies to consumers. A removal of defects from goods. This is first remedy. If there is defect in the goods, then they can have that right to remove defect from the goods. Replacement of defective goods. If there is any problem in the goods, they can go to the seller and they can replace their goods. Refund against defective goods or deficient services. This is also their remedy. Then award of compensation for the loss or injury suffered. So this is also very important right. So here, if there is any loss or injury for the particular person, in that case, that person will be given an opportunity to have a recovery of those loss. So there may be compensation. So award of compensation may be granted by the council. So this is one remedy. Then removal of defects or deficiencies in the services. So here, even if there is any communication about this defect, so removal of defect or deficiencies may be there in the services. Then discontinuance of unfair trade practices or restrictive trade practices. So here, if there is any malpractices, defects and deficiencies in the services, then discontinuance of unfair trade practices or restrictive trade practices will be also there. And finally, prohibition on sale of hazardous goods. So here, if the goods are hazardous to the public health, then that can be prohibited, and the rights of the consumers will be protected by the consumers. So we will see in the next lecture. Thank you.